Hello students, we are solving problems under assessment of individuals. In this session, let us solve this problem. Ms. Shravya, 38 years, submits the following information relevant for the assessment year. Income from salary directly given 1,20,000, you can take it directly. And next one, income from business rupees 6 lakh, it is also directly given. Income from business, you can write it directly. Next one, rent from house property rupees 1,20,000, interest on housing loan 35,000. Here income from house property is not directly given, but rent and housing loan is given in the problem. That means when you deduct municipal tax from a rent, you get annual value, and when you deduct two things from annual value, you get the income from house property. That two things are standard deduction at the rate of 30% of annual value and interest on housing loan. In this problem, municipal tax is not given, so rent received is considered as annual value, and from that rent or annual value, when you deduct 30% of 1,20,000 and housing loan of 35,000, you get the income from house property. Okay. Next one, long term capital gain 80,000. This long term capital gain is taxable at 20% and taxable under the head capital gains. Next one, short term capital gain under section 111A rupees 30,000. Short term capital gain under section 111A means short term capital gain chargeable at 15%, and this one is taxable under capital gains, and here special rate of 15% is considered to calculate tax liability, and you cannot consider short term capital gain with other income for applying normal rate. Okay. 111A means short term capital gain from securities and taxable at 15%. Remember that point. Next one, interest on savings bank deposit rupees 7,000, income from other sources. And next one, interest on post office savings bank account rupees 4,000. This is also income from other sources, and interest on post office savings bank account is exempted from tax up to rupees 3,500. That means remaining 500 rupees is taxable under income from other sources. And also Miss Shravya is 38 years old. That means she can claim deduction under section 80 TTA for interest on savings bank account. Okay. Here two savings bank account are there. First one 7,000 and next one 500 rupees, that is 4,000 minus 3,500 exempted limit, and under section 80 TTA she can claim up to 10,000 rupees, but here interest amounts to rupees only 7,500. That is why she can claim deduction under section 80 TTA for whole 7,500 rupees, because maximum limit is 10,000. Next one, interest on fixed deposits rupees 20,000, gross amount is given, so income from other sources, under that head it is taxable. Next one, income from units of mutual fund 35,000. This income from units of mutual fund is exempted under income from other sources. Under the head income from other sources, you have to write income from mutual fund exempted. Okay, it is exempted income. Next one, share of profit from partnership firm. It is her income, but it is not her individual income. Here we are calculating tax liability and total income of an individual. It is income from partnership, so you cannot consider this one, you have to ignore this one. Next one, remuneration from partnership firm 40,000 as working partner. Here remuneration from partnership firm is her personal income, that is her individual income, and it is taxable under her individual income. So remuneration from partnership firm 40,000 is taxable under the head income from business, and it is taxable along with income from a business 6 lakhs rupees. Under the head income from business there are two items now, 6 lakhs plus this 40,000, total income from business amounts to rupees 6 lakh 40,000. Next one, income from lottery, net amount is given 42,000. You know how to calculate gross income from lottery, because here net income is given, you have to gross up, you know the percentage of TDS, that is 30%. When you gross up the income from lottery, gross amounts to rupees 60,000. You know the calculation, I am not going to tell it again. So, these are the incomes of Miss Shravya. When you add all these incomes, you get gross total income. To get taxable total income, you have to deduct deduction under section 80. So, the payments are here. During the year, she made the following payments. First one, medical insurance for self 28,000. It includes preventive medical bill of rupees 7,000. In every problem you learnt this point, that is medical insurance premium deductible under section 80D, maximum limit is 25,000 including medical bill. So, here you cannot consider 28,000, you can consider only 25,000 under 80D as medical insurance premium paid. Next one, interest on education loan, this one is 10,000, okay, make it as 10,000. Interest on education loan 10,000 deductible under section 80E. Next one, life insurance premium paid 30,000 deductible under section 80C. And next one, rupees 38,000 for treatment of her mother 61 years suffering from specified disease, 35,000 rupees received from insurance company. This one, treatment of dependent suffering from specified disease is deductible under section 80 DDB. Please refer that notes relating to 80 DDB. And here she spent 38,000 and 35,000 is reimbursed from insurance company. That means she can claim for deduction only 3,000 rupees, that is 38,000 minus reimbursement 35,000, only 3,000 she can claim for deduction under section 80 DDB. Next, see, during the year she made the following donations. First one, Prime Minister's National Relief Fund 5,000 rupees. This comes under 80G, without limit donation 100% can be deductible. Next one, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund. This one is without limit donation, but only 50% can be claimed for deduction. Remember this one, Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund, only 50% can be deductible, that means 5,500 can be claimed for deduction under section 80G. Next one, promotion of family planning 10,000. This one is with the limit donation, 100% deduction can be allowable for this one. Under with limit for family planning 100% can be allowable, and here no need to calculate 10% of adjusted total income because 10,000 is anyways lesser than your 10% of adjusted total income. That is why you can write it directly. Next one, BJP party rupees 30,000. This donation to BJP party, as we discussed in previous problems, is deductible under section 80 GGC, that is donation to political parties by individual. It is deductible under section 80 GGC and not under 80G. Don't make any mistake about this one. Okay. Next one, to school in cash 14,000. Here you cannot consider this one because To school, here notified school or recognized school is not given, that is why you cannot consider this to school. And donation in cash to school, if recognized school is not given, don't consider this one, okay, you have to ignore this point. Next one, state government fund for medical relief to poor 10,000, this one without limit donation 100%. Next one, national fund for control of drug abuse 12,000, it is also without limit donation, 100% is allowable. Compute her total income and tax liability. Let us compute the total income and tax liability of Miss Shravya. See, computation of total income of Miss Shravya for the assessment year 2020-21. Income from salary 1,20,000, directly you can write. Income from house property, rent received 1,20,000. When you deduct municipal tax, you get annual value, but here no municipal value is given, so nil. 1,20,000 is annual value. From that you have to deduct standard deduction at 30% of 1,20,000, that amounts to rupees 36,000, and interest on housing loan 35,000, total of deduction 71,000. When you deduct these two items from annual value, you get 49,000 as income from house property. Next one, income from business 6 lakhs given, and also one more item is there, remuneration from partnership firm 40,000. So, the total income from business amounts to rupees 6,40,000. Next one, income from capital gain, two items are there, long term capital gain 80,000 and short term capital gain under section 111A 30,000, total of this amounts to rupees 1,10,000. Next one, income from other sources, interest on savings bank deposit 7,000, interest on post office savings bank account 4,000 minus 3,500 exempted limit. So, the total interest is taxable, amounts to rupees 500 rupees. Next one, interest on fixed deposits 20,000 and income from units of mutual funds exempted from tax, you have to write it particularly, exempted income. Okay. Next one, income from lottery 42,000. Here you have to consider gross amount, that is why 42,000 into 100% divided by 70, because 42,000 is 70%, you have to take into consideration 100% of this 42,000, that amounts to rupees 60,000. So, the total of this income from other sources amounts to rupees 87,500. The total of 5 heads of income amounts to rupees 10,06,500. That 10,06,500 is the gross total income. When you deduct general deduction under section 80 from this gross total income, you get total taxable income. So, there are various deductions under this problem. First one, 80C, LIC premium paid 30,000, maximum limit is 1,50,000 under section 80C. Next one, section 80D, medical insurance premium 25,000 is the maximum limit, you cannot consider 28,000. Next one, section 80DDB, medical treatment for specified disease of her mother, 38,000 amount spent and 35,000 amount reimbursed from insurance company. So, the remaining balance 3,000 can be deductible. Next one, section 80E, interest on education loan 10,000 rupees. Next one, section 80G, 5 items are there, out of that 5 items, one item is 50% deduction. So, you have to write all the items here, and total qualified amount is 48,000. You have to divide it into 2, that is deduction at 100% and deduction at 50%. deduction at 100% amounts to rupees 37,000 and deduction at 50% only one item is there, that is Prime Minister's Drought Relief Fund 11,000 rupees. 50% of this amounts to rupees 5,500. So, the total deduction under section 80G amounts to rupees 42,500. And next one, section 80GGC, donation to BJP party 30,000. Next one, section 80TTA, interest on a savings bank account. Two items are there, interest on SBI account 7,000 and interest on post office saving bank account 500. Total of this amounts to rupees 7,500. Total of deduction under section 80 amounts to rupees 1,48,000. When you deduct this 1,48,000 from a 10,06,500, that is gross total income, you get taxable total income as 8,58,500. Remember, this 8,58,500 is the total taxable income. On this amount you have to calculate the tax liability, and this amount is more than 5 lakhs, so rebate is not applicable to Ms. Shravya. Let us calculate the tax liability. Two types of tax are there, tax at special rate and tax at normal rate. First you have to write tax at special rates. First one, on short term capital gain at 15% of 30,000, that amounts to rupees 4,500. Next one, on long term capital gain at 20% of 80,000, that amounts to rupees 16,000, and on winning from lottery at 30%. Here you have to consider the gross amount and not the net amount. 60,000, 30% of that 60,000 amounts to rupees 18,000, and on balance at normal rates. Okay, here balance is equal to 8,58,500 minus these three items, that is 30,000, 80,000 plus 60,000. That balance amounts to rupees 6,88,500. On that normal rate you have to apply. Here Miss Shravya is below the age group 60 years. That is why on first 2,50,000 nil, no need to pay tax on first 2,50,000, and next on next 2,50,000 at the rate of 5%, you know 2,50,000 into 5%, 12,500, and on balance, that is 6,88,500 minus 5 lakh, that is these two items, 1,88,500 at 20%, that amounts to rupees 37,700. So, the total tax on income amounts to rupees 88,700 rupees. For that you have to add health and education cess at 4%, that amounts to rupees 3,548. So, the total tax liability of Ms. Shravya amounts to rupees 92,248. In the previous problems we didn't stop the problem here. Next one more step is there, that is deduction of TDS on winning from a lottery, that is 18,000. Then you get the net tax payable by the SSC, but you refer the problem, there they give only calculation of total tax liability. This is your total tax liability. That amount will be your net tax payable. Remember that point. In your exam, as per your syllabus and as per the scheme of valuation, they will give marks if you solve the problem till here. Actually you have to do that step, but in the exam if you solve the problem till here, they will give marks. That is why one problem I solved till here only. That step, it is better to do that step. If you forgot or if you don't want to do that step, it is okay, they will give marks, but I recommend to do that step, that is minus winning from a lottery, that is deduction of TDS of lottery 18,000, you get the net tax payable. Okay, both methods are right, this one is also right, that one is also fine. Okay. So, this is the problem of calculation of total income and tax liability of Miss Shravya. Working notes are there, go through this point. Thank you. Let us solve some problem in the next session.